Hello everyone, welcome to the Al Razda channel. Here, I will share spoilers for Swallowed Star episode 176. Remember, this is based on the novel, so it won't be 100% identical to the Donghua version. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right into the story. After passing level 13 on the Heavenly Bridge, Luo Feng continued on to level 14. He realized that his chances of passing level 14 were very slim, but he continued on his journey nonetheless. At level 14, he once again chose a controller-type opponent and faced a man in flaming armor. His opponent once again used the level 9 Yanshen armament weapon, Buxiu Yi Kedi. This time, Luo Feng had no chance to fight back. Unlike at level 13, his opponent this time swiftly and accurately utilized the level 9 weapon's abilities, piercing through Luo Feng's defenses and penetrating his body. This time, Luo Feng was defeated at level 14. Despite the loss, Luo Feng's achievement in advancing from level 8 to 13 remained extraordinary. The immortals witnessing the battle were astonished by his feat. They realized that Luo Feng, a domain master who had only trained for a few hundred years, had surpassed many experienced domain masters who had trained for tens of thousands of years. His success in passing level 13 became major news that spread rapidly throughout the Virtual Universe company. The news reached the ears of Venerable Nine Swords, the company's supreme leader, who was highly interested in Luo Feng's potential. Luo Feng's victory at level 13 had proven his extraordinary abilities and attracted the attention of many parties. This event would have a significant impact on Luo Feng's future and his development in the virtual universe. His success in reaching level 13, despite ultimately losing at level 14, had demonstrated his extraordinary talent and potential. On the other hand, news of Luo Feng's extraordinary achievement spread rapidly. Within half an hour, the entire universe knew that a young warrior who had only been training for a few hundred years had surpassed level 13 of the Heavenly Bridge. However, Luo Feng himself remained calm. He was unaffected by the commotion around him. He realized that he still had much to learn and improve upon. Before studying the 9 Universe Primal Chaos tablets, he decided to reflect on his experiences on the Heavenly Bridge. He returned to his training ground and disconnected from the virtual world to focus on his reflections. He analyzed every battle he had fought on the Heavenly Bridge, studying his opponent's fighting styles and how they used the Yanshen armament weapons. He found new inspiration from each battle and realized that every opponent had a unique fighting style worth studying. Luo Feng believed that this reflection would be crucial for the development of his abilities in the future. He wanted to understand his own weaknesses and strengths, as well as identify areas that needed improvement. He aimed to combine all his experiences into a cohesive and effective whole. While Luo Feng was deep in thought, news of his achievements had already reached the ears of the strongest leaders in the virtual world, including Venerable Nine Swords. Venerable Nine Swords, an extremely powerful warrior, recognized Luo Feng's extraordinary potential. He knew that Luo Feng was a rare genius who appeared once in millions of eras. He also realized that many great powers would attempt to recruit Luo Feng as their disciple or subordinate. Venerable Nine Swords had sent a message to Luo Feng, but Luo Feng had severed his connection to the virtual world to avoid disturbances. He had anticipated that many parties would attempt to recruit him, and he wanted time to consider the offers calmly. Luo Feng's strategy demonstrated his intelligence and ability to think strategically. He was not only strong in battle, but also skilled in politics and strategy. News of Luo Feng also reached the ears of leaders of other races, including the Insect Clan and other races. They all recognize Luo Feng's extraordinary potential and want to recruit him or even eliminate him. However, Luo Feng's presence under the protection of the leader of Primal Chaos City makes it difficult for them to take any action. They realize that Luo Feng is a valuable asset to the human race and a threat to them. They will wait for the right opportunity to act. After his contemplation, Luo Feng reopened his connection to the virtual universe network. He was flooded with hundreds of messages and calls from various important figures, including more than 300 venerables. He realized that his achievements on the Heavenly Bridge had made him the center of attention for many great powers in the universe. The venerables, who typically showed no interest in ordinary geniuses, were now deeply intrigued by Luo Feng and sought to recruit him as their disciple due to his status as a rare genius who appeared once in millions of eras. Luo Feng quickly read all the messages, assessing the sincerity and offers of each. He realized that this was a great opportunity to enhance his status and power, but he also wanted to make a wise decision. After considering various factors, he decided to visit his master, Emperor Zhen Yan, to seek advice. Long story short, Luo Feng visited his master, Emperor Zhen Yan, and told him about the many offers he had received. Emperor Zhen Yan, an experienced warrior, understood the situation and gave him some wise advice. He explained that there was no limit to the number of masters a warrior could have, and that receiving guidance from several powerful masters would be very beneficial. Emperor Zhen Yan then revealed that the leader of Primal Chaos City, a very powerful and influential figure, had expressed his willingness to accept Luo Feng as his inner disciple. This was a great honor, as the city leader was one of the strongest beings among humanity and the guardian of the sacred land of Primal Chaos City. Although only an inner disciple, this status would provide Luo Feng with extraordinary protection and opportunities. Luo Feng carefully considered his options and decided to accept the city leader's offer. He realized that while some venerables offered direct guidance, the protection and influence of the city leader would be invaluable for his career development. Before accepting the offer, Luo Feng visited Venerable Nine Swords to inform him of his decision. Venerable Nine Swords, who was responsible for Luo Feng, accepted the decision with respect, acknowledging the status and power of the city leader. Luo Feng then headed to the city leader's residence, ready to begin a new chapter in his life's journey. Luo Feng's decision demonstrated his maturity and ability to make the right choices for his future. He had made a decision that would greatly influence his journey through the universe. Long story short, Luo Feng arrived at the residence of the leader of Primal Chaos City. He passed through the loosely guarded outer area and entered the inner area, which was heavily guarded by immortals. The guards were initially hesitant to let him in because only someone with the city leader's orders could meet him. However, after checking the orders he had received, they allowed Luo Feng to enter. Luo Feng met Venerable Gui Yi, one of the city leader's disciples, who greeted him warmly. Venerable Gui Yi explained that the city leader had agreed to accept Luo Feng as an inner disciple. He also explained that the city leader had 3 bodies, and the body in Primal Chaos City was responsible for punishment and execution to ensure the city's safety. This demonstrated the city leader's extraordinary power and authority. Venerable Gui Yi led Luo Feng through the magnificent mansion, heading toward the ruins of Primal Chaos. Along the way, Luo Feng felt the city leader's extraordinary power. Just by seeing the city leader's silhouette from afar, Luo Feng felt a strong vibration in his soul. He realized that the city leader had reached a very high level of understanding of the law. Luo Feng's meeting with the city leader, a very powerful and influential figure. The city leader tested Luo Feng by asking him about his abilities and achievements on the Heavenly Bridge. He realized that Luo Feng had almost completed the 108th Mysteries of Space and had mastered a little of the Way of the Beast God. The city leader then offered Luo Feng the opportunity to become his true disciple, but with a condition. He gave Luo Feng 3,000 years to complete the first volume of the Beast God 7 Kills form. If Luo Feng succeeded, he would be accepted as the city leader's true disciple. This was an extremely difficult test, but also an extraordinary opportunity for Luo Feng to enhance his abilities. Luo Feng accepted the challenge, realizing that this was an opportunity to learn from one of the strongest beings in the universe. He was ready to work hard and prove his abilities within the given time. This meeting marked the beginning of a new chapter in Luo Feng's journey, where he would face extremely difficult challenges, but also have the opportunity to reach the pinnacle of power. He would learn from the leader of Primal Chaos City and strive to achieve his goals. Meanwhile, Venerable Guiyi was shocked to hear the condition the city leader had imposed on Luo Feng, to complete the first form of the beast god, 7 kills, within 3,000 years. He realized that this was an extremely difficult challenge, even for the Venerables. The beast god's 7 kills form was a highly valuable and difficult to understand manual created by Shi Luo Duo, a legendary figure from the Golden Horn race. Even completing the first form alone was extremely difficult, requiring a deep understanding of the fusion of space and gold laws. Venerable Guiyi compared this challenge to Lian Luo, a genius who took 3,000 years to understand the 108 mysteries of the laws of space. He realized that Luo Feng was facing a far more difficult challenge. Luo Feng himself was also aware of the difficulty of this challenge, but he believed that with the help of the small beast god statue and his own hard work, he could complete it within the allotted time. He had confidence in achieving his goal. Venerable Guiyi then introduced Luo Feng to Venerable Golden Axe, an expert in the beast god's 7 kills technique, who was willing to guide Luo Feng. Next, Luo Feng will receive guidance from Venerable Golden Axe, who has previously studied the beast god's 7 kills form. Venerable Golden Axe explains the difficulties of learning the beast god's 7 kills form, but promises to guide Luo Feng as best as he can. The city leader also grants Luo Feng 20 additional opportunities to study the 9 Universe Primal Chaos tablet, in addition to the opportunities he had already received. This is a tremendous help for Luo Feng. Luo Feng made good use of this opportunity, and in over 100 years, he successfully understood the 108 mysteries of the laws of space, far faster than Lian Luo. He realized that his understanding of these 108 mysteries would be extremely helpful in learning the beast god's 7 kills form. He also realized that the Yan Shen form he had obtained earlier was the basic manual for the beast god's 7 kills form. With his deep understanding of the 108 mysteries and the guidance of the Venerable Golden Axe, Luo Feng was confident that he could complete the first form of the beast god's 7 kills within 3,000 years. He was ready to face this challenge and prove his abilities. Luo Feng's achievement in understanding the 108 mysteries of the laws of space in such a short time demonstrates his extraordinary talent. He has surpassed many other warriors and is ready to reach the pinnacle of power. So what happens next? Alright, thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me. Bye.
和科蒂媲美，让你必须上报高层知晓，各灵魂都不自觉地臣服了。罗峰。